Welcome back. Today I'm working with the September sketch on the Let's Get Sketchy blog. I've pulled 3 photos and they're all from a recent golf trip. My husband took my daughter out golfing and they had a great time, so I've pulled some things including this themed golf paper and a couple of the gel printed papers that I did recently. I'm Emilee and you've found Emilee's Paper Caper, where we're all about scrapping our stash and getting some pages done. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Hit the subscribe button and bell icon now so you don't miss any ideas. Here's a look at the sketch. I really like it a lot. I love that there are 3 photos on this one-page sketch. The first thing I want to do is trim the photos just a bit and also trim the gel printed papers. I want to use those gel printed papers as accents on this page. The golf themed paper is also important, and it will be an accent but also a photo mat. I'm going to leave one side of the photo mat a little bit larger so that I can include some of that golf theming, and I think that this is a nice way to both mat the photos as well as get that golf theme pulled into the page. The sketch calls for some horizontal embellishment pieces, and so I'm going to use these gel printed strips to serve that purpose. I also used a couple triangles cut from the gel printed paper in the upper left and lower right corner. The sketch calls for a little embellishment there in those corners, and so I'm going to follow that portion of the sketch pretty closely. Other elements beyond the horizontal strips here, I'm not following as closely, and that's one of the things that's great about using a sketch. It gives you kind of an outline to follow, but you don't have to adhere to it closely if you don't want to. It's time to start adhering the elements to the page. I will do some of the adhesive work off camera, but I'll show you just a bit of it. Adhering those corner pieces is a first step. And then I get a couple of the photos down. I've decided, since those horizontal strips will be horizontal, that it will be interesting to let my photos kind of be slightly askew. I think sometimes letting your photos be a little bit off kilter kind of adds emotion and a playfulness to pages, but I like the idea that the page is grounded by those horizontal strips. Some of my scrapbooking friends really always like their pages to have photos that are exactly straight on the page, and I'm curious if you prefer that, or if you will allow yourself to put them askew like I am here. I kind of do a combination. I don't always put my photos arranged like this. Sometimes I want them to be straight and perpendicular, but in this instance, I thought that it would add some playfulness to the page. I cut this date strip from one of the journaling cards. I'm trying to use a basket of journaling cards, and I liked that this had the months of the year and the days of each month, and then when I go and do the journaling later, I can just circle the month and the date. Now that the photos and everything are adhered, I want to embellish just a bit. I pulled some chipboard stickers from my stash to embellish. I felt that the page wasn't quite finished until I added a few fun things. Initially, I was looking for some golf embellishments or stickers, And then I decided that that paper that I used to mat the photos with was probably enough golf theme for this layout. I will link to the Let's Get Sketchy blog down in the description. I love the inspiration that I find there month after month. Here are a couple of videos. One is about the gel printed papers, and the other is a playlist full of scrapbooking with sketches. Keep on scrapping, everybody.